stabilizers hit. Weapon systems at 0. Defensive grid at 0. Power plant near critical mass. Memorial weapon systems marking on.
Not like this. If I'm going out, I'm taking you bastards with me. Target main cruiser set for full velocity ram. Afterburners on my mark. Mark.
Oh, and two things. One, no weapons or dust allowed on Babylon 5. Two, we've logged your ship's ID. If you ever come within 50 clicks of this station again, we'll blow you out of the sky. But I'll give you points on one thing, Ambassador. We are alike in one respect. We've had plenty of experience with sneak attacks. Pearl Harbor, the terrorist nuking of San Diego, the destruction of our first Mars colony. It's a long and bloody history. Do you know what we learned from it? That the sneak attack is the first resort of a coward.
Just a minute.
You didn't even have the decency to pick a military target, a poorly armed civilian colony. What a challenge that must have been to the great Narn military. What's wrong, Ambassador? Don't have the guts for a fair fight?
In another place, I would have you skinned alive for saying that.
You want me. You know where to find me. See you in council, Ambassador.
Dead. 1,000 years dead.
There's your pure world. Your perfect world.
We did this.
Yes.
No!
Damn you, look at it. You and the rest. You forgot the first rule of the fanatic. When you become obsessed with the enemy, you become the enemy.
Alert immediately.
If you insist on obstructing me, Commander, I have no choice but to invoke presidential authority.
And I'm sick of that, too. This is my station, and it's time you realize that. Lieutenant Commander Ivanova, escort Major Kamarov the observation dome.
With pleasure. You are going to resist, I hope.
I'm authorized to use any means necessary. Correct, Mr. Zento?
Yes, any means necessary.
Am I assured of your full support on this?
Absolutely.
Then under that authority, I choose the following means to end this strike. 1, I am reallocating 1.3 million credits from Babylon 5's military budget to begin necessary upgrades of all dockside equipment and to start hiring additional workers. All right! 2, I am declaring a complete amnesty for any striking worker or guild representative who has committed no other crimes during this period.
That's you, kid.
You can't do this.
You're right, I couldn't, until you convinced the Senate to invoke the Rush Act. You should never hand someone a gun unless you're sure where they'll point it. Your mistake. 1 minute. As for the unfortunate incident earlier, with Mr. Garibaldi's approval, no charges will be pressed.
I figure my people are willing to call it a fair fight if yours are.
That's my offer, Miss Garner. That is dependent upon your people returning to work immediately. Babylon 5 has cargo to move.
You heard the man.
Okay, you dock rats! Let's get back to work! You know damn well you twisted the intent of that order, and you won't get away with it.
I think Miss Conley said it best the other day. Stuff it.
You're insane.
Maybe I am. Maybe it's crazy to think that Earth Force still respects honor, freedom, and human dignity when a maggot like you can spit on some of the best officers I've ever served with. All for the sake of your own ambition.
My God, man, I'll have you before an execution squad for this.
I face death on the line. Where were you, Colonel? Picking trash out of garbage cans to prove who was loyal and who wasn't?
Delane either knew you were here or knew you were coming. Your timing seems like more than just a coincidence.
There are no coincidences, Captain.
That's not much of an answer.
Captain, if I were you, I'd quit while I was ahead. Back on Minbar, there was a saying among the other rangers. The only way to get a straight answer out of Ranger 1 was to look at every reply in a mirror while hanging upside down from the ceiling.
Did it work?
Oddly enough, yes. Or after a while you passed out and had a vision. Either way, the result was pretty much the same.